Hello everyone. We are here with the illustrious L and the Very, and we're gonna do a quick cryptocurrency news video wrap up, all cash style, since Janelle and I didn't sleep last night because I'm an insomniac and kept everybody up. But anyway, there's a lot going on. Not enough yet because we haven't heard enough from China, but I wanted to fill you guys in on some exciting stuff going on. So you're gonna get some free coins out of some of the news today. You're gonna hear some FUD, so let's get into it. So the first one, starting from the easier ones to work our ways up, is going to be that Jack's wallet. If you have that software wallet, they're on Android, they're on iPhone. If you have that wallet yourself and you had some Bitcoin on there before the hard fork, then you will be given those Bitcoin Cash finally. Anthony DiOrio, CEO of Decentral, the company behind Jax, said that they had some issues because they work with this Insight server, and the Insight server has been working with a certain number of blockchains. Bitcoin Cash isn't one of the servers that they host, so they had to build the infrastructure for Bitcoin Cash from the ground up to put inside of the Jack software wallet. So finally, hopefully by this week, they're going to be doing some fixes and finalizing of performance, because it's been kind of slow for them, the Bitcoin Cash on their end, and getting that out to you guys finally if you had your Bitcoin on that wallet. So good news there. Next up, let's talk about China. So we're hearing more news that China is going to ban cryptocurrency exchanges. So they're going to ban Bitcoin. Supposedly the Wall Street Journal put out an article behind a paywall today, although they're saying if you use the Labor Day promo code, you get $1 gives you 2 months of access to their site if you want to see the whole article. But it's also been, you're going to hear about it on Bloomberg, you're going to hear about this on Market Watch, you're going to hear about this on Zero Hedge. Wherever you go, everyone's talking about how there are rumors that someone in the know, that they can't really say, a person who wants to stay private, is saying that China is drafting or finalizing the drafting of a ban on cryptocurrency exchanges. So people are freaking out, right? Apparently volume is still big in China. It was actually hitting new highs beyond where the US is at right now in China. So people were saying, how could this be true? I was tweeting that out myself, people talking about this earlier today. However, nobody knows for sure what is going on here. It could be expected this week. I suppose there's a little bit of risk if it turns out that China does ban cryptocurrency exchanges. But others are saying that this is ridiculous, and if they try to do this, it's gonna make Bitcoin and decentralized currencies look even better, because it's gonna force people to go to illegal black markets in order to trade their Bitcoins, where the Chinese government cannot track the Bitcoin, which would be bad if they cannot tax the Bitcoin or track it. And actually the price tends to go up over time, even when they do bans like they have done before, where they banned Bitcoin and ended up bringing the exchanges back up. So, could be FUD, could be true, doesn't really matter. And the exchange volume in China, they've been dropping. I mean, I think only 5% of the volume today came out of OKCoin, one of the biggest exchanges. OKCoin, Huobi, BTC China are the biggest exchanges out there right now, or BTCC as it's known in China, and they haven't said any official statements yet. However, they said they will be working with regulators should they decide to say anything is official. So that's where we're at right now. Everybody's just kind of freaking out, but it doesn't really matter. They're making cryptocurrencies look good right now. And I forgot to mention, they're not talking about banning OTC markets. Apparently OTC markets focus on, for example, if you have about $400,000 worth of Bitcoin, you have to have 100 Bitcoin minimum on one of their ItBit OTC markets. It's really for high volume traders. That wouldn't be banned in China. And it remains to be seen if exchanges outside of China will be banned by the Great Firewall of China, or if it'll just be the Chinese exchange, or if this is all just nonsense, which is probably, it looks like many are thinking the case, although it's just a rumor, right? The rumor is coming out because in October, next month, apparently there's going to be a big government switcheroo, and they have to set a framework and a roadmap for China's economy for the next 5 years. And so they don't want to have any loose ends. This Bitcoin thing has kind of gotten out of hand in 2017, jumping up obscenely, and that could be, people are speculating what's going on. It remains to be seen. However, you're going to get some free Bitcoin, guys. Want to let you know. Everybody's going to get some more free Bitcoin possibly, because this really shady site is up now called Bitcoin GPU. Guys, check this out. Btcgpu.org. It's so terrible. An implementation of Bitcoin peer-to-peer electronic gold. It's supposed to be a hard fork that's going to come out that's going to allow for GPU mining. So really, if you try to mine Bitcoin right now, or Bitcoin Cash, or Bitcoin Core, whatever it is, or Bitcoin Segwit 2x, you can't use graphics cards. You have to use these ASIC miners. They're specialized that everybody uses. So apparently they're going to be using the Equihash algorithm, which was the Ethereum algorithm, if I'm correct. Or that's EthoHash, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's Equihash. But anyway, that allows you to mine with your graphics card. So their hope is supposedly to decentralize the mining of Bitcoin and not centralize it when people who have to have these ASIC miners. Instead, myself having graphics cards, every computer in the world has a graphics card inside of them. They can mine this Bitcoin GPU. So they're saying that they're a friendly fork and not an aggressive fork. It's a really terrible site, guys. I'm serious. You click up here, it says learn more about Bitcoin Gold. Doesn't do anything. You click where it says view specs. Doesn't do anything. Download binaries. Doesn't do anything. Source code doesn't do anything. And then this is my favorite. Their English is on point. It says, once Bitcoin and BTC forked Bitcoin, BTC GPU will be activated at the same time. It will be 1 megabyte plus SegWit. When the block size is full, we will increase the block size to 2M, comma, too many spaces, 4M, ... When mining, question mark. When code development is done, starts to mining. Developers working hard on it, it will support original smart contract. If needed, hard fork again to support original smart contract, not sidechain smart contract. And then it says ICO. It will be sold to ICO investor. The ICO will help BTG chain, the longest Bitcoin blockchain. All rise to BTC will be used to hire developers, advertisement, etc. Scalable, robust, modern. They need to get more modern, I think, with their English a little bit if they're going to be writing this in English, whoever they are, or if they're not a kindergarten student. But yeah, anyway, if they actually release whatever nonsense it looks like they're trying to create over here, then you are going to get some free Bitcoin, it looks like. And apparently there's another factor to this, which is they're going to be doing supposedly some ICO, but they're going to be keeping like some percentage of like 10% or 1%, whatever it is, of the Bitcoin GPU and mining it before they release the source code, supposedly, so that they get what they need to get or whatever. It's something stupid, so stupid. Okay, next up. So you're going to get possibly some free Bitcoin Gold. BTC GPU, it's got a bunch of different names. BTC or B Gold is another name for it. You're gonna hear it, whatever. Now you know. Next up, guys, there's gonna be actually a proposed, I don't know if you've heard of this, someone put it on our official Facebook group talking about a fork that's gonna come out before the Byzantium, I said it right, I think that time, Byzantium Metropolis hard fork. So that's the first part of the Metropolis hard fork for Ethereum, and it looks like some group is going to be giving you some free Ethereum tokens that are gonna be not doing some of the changes that are gonna be happening with Metropolis. So they are just gonna fork it. They said, we don't agree with what the developers from Ethereum Foundation such as have decided to do with Ethereum, so we're gonna make our own version. And for example, with this hard fork in Metropolis, the Regs one, the Ethereum Foundation one, you're gonna see they're gonna reduce the block reward from 5 Ether every block to 3 Ether every block. And right now a block comes out because of the difficulty that gets harder and harder intentionally to force these hard forks. If you're mine, then you understand this yourself. And if you try to get transactions through, you realize it becomes slower, and that's intentional. But the point is, it's about 24, 25 second blocks right now for Ether. And they're gonna with Metropolis, reduce that back to 12 seconds, make it an 18-month period before that difficulty time bomb increases again to force a hard fork again to possibly Casper, whatever, the last final upgrade for Ethereum, where you can see the unicorns come out and all the daisies and all the magic that we've all been hoping for, and the Harry Potter witcherry that's going to cause the world to you know, skyrocket. We're going to be able to teleport to the moon, basically, is what people say. Anyway, so the point is that this group went against it. They said, you know what, we're not going to reduce the block reward to 3ETH because that's going to reduce security for the Ethereum network. We're going to keep it at 5ETH. And you know what? We're going to put a cap. But we're going to put the cap for Ethereum at 1 billion Ether. And that's obscene, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you look at like Ethereum Classic has I think a 210 million cap, which is huge. This is just on an even bigger, this is just silly. This is being put forth supposedly by the Chinese miners. So there you go for you guys who are against the Chinese miner association committees and communities and saying they're greedy, possibly the case right here. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, they also are going to make it a halvening period. So when 500 million of these, whatever, Ether, ICE, whatever you want to call it, the website is CAHF.co. That's CAF, Ethereum, whatever you want to call it. Then when it hits 500 million that have been mined, they're going to have a halvening. And then you'll see 2.5 Ether released every single block. And they are not going to move to POS, to proof of stake and all that. So just another interesting project. People are saying that it's just an attempt to take advantage of the fact that it's going to be a hard fork and create a project and get some free money here. So whatever, you guys don't really have to worry. It looks like you're gonna get some free Ethereum, some free Bitcoin. Could be good. Both don't seem like they have the heart in the right places, but I would love to know what you guys think. Of course, let me know in the description below. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, I wanted to lastly say, if you don't know, apparently R3 is suing Ripple. So that caused a little bit of the dip over the weekend, which is that R3 consortium of banks said, yo, Ripple, you promised to give us a bunch of your Ripple. I think it was 1 billion of them for this price. And now you're saying you can terminate that contract? No, son, we have it in writing. So everybody's saying, oh, what a centralized coin, Ripple. They were going to sell to the banks. They're giving out. Yeah, they hold a crap ton of Ripple. That's what they do. That's why I'm not a big fan, because it's not really a decentralized cryptocurrency. It's a centralized, I guess you could say, cryptocurrency, cryptographic currency. So for the banks to transfer value between them. But there you go, guys. Lawsuit happening right now. Things looking kind of sketch out there. People are saying IOTA, people saying that we talked about IOTA and that project, the Internet of Things, and this paper put out by Narula and MIT Labs saying that they have a lot of exploits and vulnerabilities and curl hashing. They shouldn't have built it from the ground up. They should have used something that works. That's why Bitcoin is so awesome. You don't just make something from ground up. And then IOTA was like, yo, this was kind of aggressive on the front. We fixed this like a month ago. Let's set the record straight. And it's come out recently that Narula and the people at MIT Labs are also working on other projects. And that's why they have conflicts of interest. And they might have hoped to attack IOTA in this way to make IOTA look bad. So that's what everybody's saying right now. So what's going on in this space, in this world? Wallace says, what's up? Upside down, that's how he rolls. Literally, look at his teeth. He's scary, yo. I don't know. I don't mess with Wallace. That guy scares me. Anyway, guys, thanks to Ross, our new Patreon patron, to Thomas, and to Cryptopher Columbus. What a great name, dude. Thank you guys so very much. You're the latest ones to welcome the family. And later I don't know, maybe I can take a nap before I lose my mind. But later on, we're going to be doing a live stream most likely, or we're going to be recording a video with Virtue Poker, with Ryan from Virtue Poker. And so you guys can learn a little bit about decentralized poker, escrow smart contracts, and all that. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want me to ask Ryan later on, it's going to be happening at 2 p.m. Pacific time. It's currently 10:23 a.m. and I will ask him. So put that in the description, in the comments below. Hit like, subscribe, share, comment, you know, all the stuff you guys that are awesome always do. Much love, peace.